Good afternoon, everyone. This presentation is for the subject CE Laws, Ethics, and Contracts. So, I am Blasivan Divas, and my topic is Design Services for Construction Projects. It is under the topic Classification of Engineering Services. Let's start. Design Services for Construction Projects. Civil engineering services are required for each of 6 typical phases of a construction project. All are preferably furnished with the same civil engineer for consistency and efficiency. Although at times, service in various phases are furnished by different engineers or by the client. The service is supplemented by special service which may be provided by the client, a specialized engineer, or another civil engineer. So in construction project, it is a must to have only one civil engineer to be in charge. So if they fail to do so, they have to compromise and provide special services. There are 6 phases, and each phase has their corresponding engineering services. First is study and report phase. Next is preliminary design phase, final design phase, bidding or negotiating phase, construction phase, and operation phase. Let's start with the study and report phase. It involves determination of project scope and economic and technical evaluation of feasible alternatives. This service performed includes reviewing available data. This is the background checking of the future project, the assisting of clients' requirements for the project, advising the client as to the necessity of providing or obtaining from additional data or services. So, what do you mean with additional data or services? It is the topographic survey, traffic data, geotechnical, and so on. Next is identifying and analyzing requirements for governmental authorities having jurisdiction to approve the design. So this is more on the legalities and consulting and asking for approval of the assigned authorities. Next is providing analysis of clients' needs and planning surveys, comparative evaluation of prospective sites and solutions, providing a general economic analysis, preparing a report, and presenting alternative solution available. So this includes the planning of potential site, brainstorming for alternatives, and it's providing actual presentation that involves sketches, potential design, so presenting a variety of choices to the client, then the estimated overall cost of the project. Next is the preliminary design phase. It involves establishment of general size and scope of project and its location on the selected site. So it may include consulting with the client, reviewing preliminary reports and clarifying and defining the project requirements, reviewing available data and discussing general scheduling, advising the client whether additional data or services, preparing preliminary design documents, consisting of final design criteria and others. Preparing revised estimate of probable total cost. Then providing periodic status report. So, in this preliminary design phase is the time where you propose an actual sketch or design of the project. So, just reassessing the existing data, suggesting additional services. So, this phase involves reassessment of existing data, suggestion of additional services, and how to obtain it. It also includes drawing, outline and written description, preparation of estimated overall cost of the project. Next is final design phase. This phase of project development is usually undertaken only after the client has approved the preliminary design phase material. So you can proceed on the final design phase if the preliminary design phase was not approved and was not clarified by the client. So what are those services under this phase? Preparing construction drawings and specifications showing the character and extent of the project. Preparing and furnishing the client's revised estimate of probable cost project. Preparing and furnishing the client's revised estimate of probable total project cost. Next is furnishing the necessary engineering data and assisting the application for regulatory permits from local. So in this phase, flourishing of approved preliminary design occur from sketches to estimated cost. It also includes the obtaining of permits for the project and assisting the contracts. The providing status reports that it also mentioned in the preliminary phase. So these are still included on the final design phase. Preparing basic documents related to construction of contracts. Furnishing the client specific number of copies of drawings, specification, and other contract documents. Providing final design and construct service. Providing periodic status. So in this section, the documents was emphasized. The providing a final design of the project. Next is bidding or negotiating phase. Next phase is bidding or negotiating phase. It includes assisting the client on advertising and obtaining bids or negotiating proposal. Issuing agenda as appropriate to interpret, clarify, expand, or amend the bidding documents. Assisting the client on determining the qualifications and acceptability of prospective contractors, sub and material. So, next is consulting with and advising. Next is consulting with or advising the client as the acceptability of alternative material and equipment. Next is attending the bid opening, preparing bid tabulation sheet. So in this phase, the construction phase is the actual building of the project. The role of the civil engineer in this phase is the one who relay the message from client to the contractor, and then approving designs of the contractor, then forwarding it to the client. The other role of the engineer in construction phase is the monitoring of the progress, constant visiting of the site, and the monitoring of the material used and the testing of it, and also clarifying and updated both of them in case there are changes of plans. So still in construction phase, no? So this is still on the construction phase. Making recommendation to the client on corrective actions or conceptual measures that may be exercised by the owner. Preparing sketches required to resolve problem due to the actual field of condition encountered. Determining amount of progress payment due based on the degree of completion of the work. Observing and assisting performance tests and initial operation of the project. Preparing record drawings from the information submitted by the contractor. Last is making a final inspection and reporting on completion of the project. So, drawing in visual analyzing and problem solving is observed in this phase. Monitoring the workers, the progress, and the payment based on the progress, based on the degree of completion of the work. It also involves testing of materials and the finished work, and lastly, final inspection and feedback on the completion of project. Next is operation phase. At the completion of construction, the civil engineer may ask this is the last phase. Operation phase. At the completion of construction, the civil engineer may, as a basic service, assist at the start-up of project operation. The civil engineer may be commissioned to prepare a manual for both operation and maintenance requirements. The civil engineer may assist in the operation training, setting up job classification and salaries, organizing purchase of supply, developing charts of recording operational data, and observing and reporting on project operation. So, engineer's service does not end with the completion of the construction. He will also assist on the first operation or first week operation of the project, providing guide on how to operate and how to maintain it. Civil engineer can also be involved in training and salary matters. That's all. Thank you.